I've been shifting my content around. I've been putting out, products like Gcash Invest. Not putting out, but like promoting, and stuff that really revolves around the college to young pro market. And I'm finding interest in that mainly because I am one of them. So Justine and I are here today to just help you, help this channel add value to you guys, because I'm learning a lot from my getting a job phase, which I can talk to you guys about in a completely different video. But for now, this is how to figure out what to do after you graduate. We were at that stage like a couple years ago. This is Justine, by the way. What's up with you? Like, who are you? Introduce yourself to the Paper Cups.
Hello, Paper Cups. I'm Justine. I'm Nate's course mate from college, and I run a blog called The Border Collective, which is soon to be named The Bumpy Career, I think, when this video comes out. And my blog is all about interning and job hunting for Filipino college students here in Manila, because when I was a junior in college, I realized that there was no information about it online that came straight from other Filipino people like ourselves, and it was all coming from America, and things from America and here are really different. And so I just really wanted to write down all of my experiences to share it all with other people, because I found it really infuriating that it's been years and years and nobody's bothered to write it.
Basically, she's like a master at this point. What, 4 years running the blog, no?
Yeah, I started January 2016.
There you go. So almost 4 years
July
running this blog. And she's done how many talks to this point?
So I've done about 25 plus talks across most universities, most major
Basically,
universities.
trust her.
Trust me, guys.
More than me. I'm not
I've
an
done
expert.
this a lot.
Yeah.
I've done 4.
Last plug before we start, and this is gonna be like an uncut thing, because when you have a day job, who has time to edit, right? No, there are 3 videos in this series I have with Justine, and I hope they add value to you guys. The one after this is going to be how to get a job, and the one after this is going to be
common interview questions.
Yeah, about interview questions and things. Anyway, you'll find it. Let's look at the monitor. There, you'll find it here. This is all gonna be just an overview of the details. We're not gonna share with you all the nitty-gritty because we don't have all that time. But this is gonna be an overview of
a few hours.
Yeah. So don't subscribe to me if you want more of Justine and more practical tips. Just go straight to our website. But then you can subscribe to me if you wanna watch a video on how to budget your money as a freelance career maker, which I'm about to make. So yeah.
Just make finger cuts.
Okay, we're gonna cut that. Just cut it until. Okay, so you're at that part where at the start of the video I said, go to this timestamp if you want to watch the real start of the video. So this is the real start of the video. How to figure out what to do after graduation. I actually went on Twitter and I asked you guys, what is one thing that you want to know, or one thing you wish you knew, or what are you uncertain about, or what are your questions? And the most common, the number one term that came up, literally, is
uncertainty.
Uncertainty. I don't blame anyone for feeling so uncertain about after
We
school.
still feel uncertain to this day.
Yeah, we're 3 years out.
Yeah.
And every morning we're like, am I really doing what I'm supposed to be doing?
Every day your friends are telling you, okay, let's all quit now and do what we want to do, and then we're all like, okay, what do we want to do? Then voila.
Yeah.
We don't do anything.
So what are things that people are usually uncertain about when you talk to your interns and your...
So when I talk to my students or my audience, and then the number one thing that they're uncertain of is, what are they gonna do next? What are they gonna do tomorrow? What are they gonna do next sem? And when they graduate, what are they gonna do now? Because one thing nobody thinks about or prepares about is, when you graduate college, it's the end of your identity as a formal student. You've done 14 plus years of schooling, you were always a student first, and now it's over. Who are you?
That's literally most of your life.
Yeah, to this point, I would say that's 2/3 of our lives.
Your structure for most of your life is gone.
And then all your time is centered around being a student. Your friends, all of your interests are centered around school as well, because that's what you picked up there. And so with a lot of people, they feel like this sudden emptiness at the end of college, and then when they do gap year, gap month, they don't really know what they're gonna do with that time as well. They're just like, I'm going to rest. But what I always try to advocate to my students or to like whoever's asking me is that you need to be looking through things that you want to do at that time. Like, what are the things that you love, and see if it's something that you can continuously do. Because some people realize that they love something only when it's like a little bit at a time.
No.
Like some people, they were like, I want to be a professional photographer. So I was like, okay, then go be a photographer's assistant for a while, or go do shoots. And then they're like, this life is so hard. I don't want to do it anymore. I want to do the famous part. They want to jump straight to the 200,000 followers. Everyone's sponsoring me, but they don't want to do the hard slog.
Hey, bro, like, I know what you mean, because I started 3 years ago, 2.5. And when I was in college, like, while I was doing my thesis, I was doing YouTube. And I've been grinding it for so long. And, you know, recently a very good friend of mine just reached 100,000 subscribers, and he only started 6 to 9 months ago. And, you know, I've been around way longer than he has, and made so much more videos, but I'm stuck below 100K. So, of course, that's still like a source of insecurity for me. Shout out to Ben, Kua, and Jericho Arceo. More power to you guys, but also, like, I'm stuck here. You know, so there's a lot, you know, to process, and you sometimes feel like you're not in the right place.
Yeah,
And
like a lot of people would tie their personality or their identity as well as to numbers of certain things. So maybe you're like always telling yourself that when I hit 100,000 subscribers, I'm gonna be like this happy, I'm gonna do all these things. But that's not true as well. Like I always tell people,
That's true.
you need to just get into the habit of it.
Yeah.
That I'm going to be doing this for this amount of time because of this.
Cool. Also expectations. No? A lot of you guys, you know, a bunch of you guys also tweeted me with, you know, my parents are expecting me to be a return on investment. Yeah, my ROI, diba?
Yeah.
Or will I be a disappointment? There's also expectations about money, how much you should be earning. I was talking to a very close vlogger friend, and his mom was like, why are you not in a normal job? Like, you're not earning. And then he tweeted out, so how much are you guys really earning, mga young professionals? And then, yeah, actually, here's the tweet, okay? The results are, you know, this is how much 50% of his followers that are young professionals earn.
But I can tell you guys, like that's the really common number as well. For most fresh grads, starting salary is between 15 to 21,000.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of rare to go above that. Like 25,000 is really a limit, and then after that, it just goes to those people who are in like management trainee programs or who are really specialized already in skills.
Yeah.
So they're not technically really a fresh grad because they've got like 2-3 years of experience. So situations are different for everybody.
So there's that. There's saving for the future. There's sustaining yourself. Guys, I'm sorry. There's construction outside, and the windows are already closed. There's nothing we can do about it. And then there's also investing in yourself and just saving up. Like, you know, this is also the time where all these old friends are gonna come at you and say, hey, do you want to have coffee or meet up? Either it's going to be
An
MLM or it's going to be
life insurance.
Yeah, there you
They're
go.
gonna be
Exactly
like,
that.
are you ready for death? And I'm like, oh my god.
And then they'll talk to you about, you know, you need to start investing kahit ngayon pa lang. And so,
And then
anyway,
they'll ask you to invest in them.
let's say you're at that point and you kind of want to, let's say, save a certain amount of money per month. How are you going to get that money? And
in the
like,
first place.
you're gonna have to lower so many of your standards. You're gonna have to stop taking grabs or whatever. Like, I mean, depende naman sa lifestyle, some people. But you know what I mean, right? So, the advice part. Let's go to the advice part. There are 3 practical tips that we can suggest to you, mostly by Justine. So, what are the prefaces? See, look, guys, this is the outline. I'm just pointing. So these are the 1, 2, 3, and then these are the preface points to this. So what are the preface points to the 3 tips?
So the first thing that you have to think about is getting experience. Like, what kind of experience do you already have? What kind of experience do you need to get to the job that you want or to the career and passion that you really want to have? So let's go back to the earlier example. You want to be a photographer with 200,000 followers on Instagram. So the first things you need to know there is the photography and all of the subsets in it, like lighting and editing. But then you also have to learn about Instagram. You have to learn social media marketing, engagement, metrics, and then the analytics of it all. So most people think it's just like one skill needed to reach that point, but in reality, it's an amalgamation of everything that you're doing. Is amalgamation too big a word?
Let's spell it out.
It will be in the here. Nate, here.
Yeah. Okay.
Amalgamation. It'll be there.
Yeah.
So that's something that few people are really thinking about. Like, when they reach the point of graduation, they might not have the experience yet to get to where they really want to be. And so one of the things I always advocate is, if you don't have that experience yet, there's no harm in taking an internship after graduation, so long as like you're financially capable to. Because some parents, they want you to immediately start working, they want you to be the primary breadwinner of the family already. So you need to also set that expectation with yourself, like Nate said a while ago with the ROI thing.
Yeah.
Then the second point here is that it's better to take a wrong step somewhere, because it's just one step, than it is to just stay in one place and not do anything. So how this works is, like, imagine that like you're just sitting in the middle, and then in front of you and then around you are like 8 possible ways to go, and it's easier for you to just take one step forward in any direction, realize it's not for you, go back, and then go in another direction there, than it is to just spend that exact same amount of time just sitting there paralyzed about what is it that you're gonna do next. Like, maybe you want to be a dancer, or maybe you want to be a doctor, or maybe you want to be a dancing doctor, but then pala, you never took dance classes, and you never went to take any medicine classes as well. So why do you want to be this person if you never took any steps forward there?
This brings us to our first out of the 3 practical tips. The first one is to remember the Tarzan Principle. So I didn't make this up. Actually, Casey Neistat made this, and it's basically, you're here and then you're swinging vines to get here. You're not always going to find a straight line of vines that is going to take you straight to your destination point. You're going to have to swing a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left. Sometimes there's a vine and there's a gap, and then you have to swing a little bit really, really far and then find your way back. And that's just life, So nobody will have it. Very few people. If you're one of those people, then heck you you have it so easy. No, just kidding.
But in the corporate world, there's that term, like, it's a career jungle gym now, not a career ladder. So like, you're going around to get up, or
what do you call it? Lateral
movement. So instead of you going upward, you're going sideward so that you can get up easier as well.
What's tip number 2?
So tip number 2 is in doing something that I built. It's a very crude thing, but it's called the possible future matrix. So I made this for when I give talks about career finding and what do you want to do after college. And with the possible future matrix, it literally just says that list down the verbs that you like to do, so things you like to do, and then list down fields that you're interested in, and then you just Google those combinations together with the word job, and you find jobs that fall under those.
That's so smart. Did you make that yourself?
Yeah.
That's so smart.
It's like super simple.
Yeah.
And
so what's your example?
So when I was 19, I did this, and it says like talking, reading, writing, and then the fields I was interested in then was like marketing, research, and like I forgot the last one, but it's like
it's
that.
on the picture.
Yeah, and then there I just googled like, oh, this is brand marketing, oh, this is like publishing PR, or this is like events PR, and then what I would do is I would either take an internship in one of those 9 fields, or I would find someone who was already like advanced in their career there, and then take them out to talk to them.
Wow. So that's actually tip number 3. Informational interviews. Say that again. What do you do?
So an informational interview is when you go out with somebody who is more advanced in the career that you want to go to, and then you pick their brain on it. So you're getting information about what it's like to be there. So let's say you want to be a YouTuber with like 50,000 subscribers. Then you're going to take out like Nate or Nate's friends.
Hey, why not?
Like with
email me.
With his like 1,000 subscribers, and then you'd ask them, okay, what are the things that you had to do to get to this point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They'll tell you that. What are the mistakes that you made that you wish you didn't? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if they're really nice, they'll go out with you and they'll tell you all this. But what if you can't reach out to anyone? What if there's no one for you to talk to? Well, what I always advocate to my students is that they go to LinkedIn and then they just like search for these people who are living their ideal lives already. So one of my former students, she wants to be a creative director of a food or furniture brand in the future. So she actually looked for that search, like creative director, food, Manila, and then she would look at what were their previous jobs before they got there. So she saw like their very first job was that they were like a graphic design assistant, but that was like in the early 2000s. So she was trying to match it with what are the jobs today that would also give me the basic skill sets that this person has. So like we built together like this complete profile of everything that she needed to do to become like a creative director in like 5 to 10 years.
That's so smart and so practical. I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot from you. Like Justine's really the okay, that's it for this one video. I don't want to keep you guys too long. So if you have more questions about what to do after graduating college, and guys, legit, if you reach the end of this video, hey, you're at the end of this video. Thank you. Let us know in the comments below. Literally, I'm going to read every single one of them. Your story on how you graduated, if you're about to graduate, what are your fears? And if you never knew about the possible future matrix, then comment ravioli in the comments below because I didn't know about it. So that's it.
I just built it, and you like don't come to any of my talks. You're not the audience.
That's like just it's a ploy to make them comment.
Okay.
Yeah, so comment ravioli. And then, yeah, we have a job hunting I'm so awkward today. It's been so long since I made the video. We have a job hunting checklist that Justine made. I didn't take part in it, but it's really helpful and it's linked down below. And then you also get to see her blog and all the other relevant blog posts. What do you have that have to do with just graduating?
I think it's number 1, can they take an internship after graduating? Is it fine? And then number 2, is it okay to like job hop like in your first year?
Those are all in the description below. Subscribe to Justine and not to me. Let's use the carpe diem together. Bye guys. See you in the next video, which is like right here, or it's gonna be on the screen, or bye.